Okay, Andrew, what's up for Thursday?
Thursday, a couple of things going on in LegCo today. I'll let you pick which one you want to talk about. Number one, Charles Mock and the pro-establishment people are, as we talked about before, strange bedfellows trying to get this new Bureau for Technology and Innovation.
All right.
And your other choice is the Bills Committee on Competition is going to be meeting and talking about beefing up the competition tribunal, even though they just got it up and running. So they're still hiring staff and getting going, and already they want to bulk this thing up.
Okay.
Even though they haven't had a chance to do anything yet.
Anything else?
Those are my two best choices for today for LegCo.
So two new organs.
Yeah,
right?
well, yeah. One already in place. Staff are being hired still, and then the other one, of course, Charles Mock.
Yeah,
has this
Charles
weird
Mock
situation,
and the pro-establishment. How did they go?
So the DAB, Liberal Party, they're all for it, and they're like, yeah, let's have it. And then the pro-Democrats are saying, no, government can't be trusted with taxpayer money. They just shouldn't spend it. They're going to screw it up. That's basically their argument. Don't waste the money because the government doesn't know anything about technology and innovation, right? And I guess part of the thinking behind that is if these guys knew so much about how to invest in technology and innovation, then wouldn't they all be venture cap guys making crazy money investing in the next Facebook?
No, I won't go as far as that.
Yeah.
But wouldn't the internet crowd would be more supportive to the Democrats?
Normally, right?
But
again,
not
this
really.
Is strange bedfellows, right?
No. I mean, if the Democrats knows about IT, do they know how to do social network marketing? Don't. Actually, the whole legislative council is IT illiterate, except Charles Mock, I would say.
I would be hard-pressed to think of anybody else who is as IT savvy as him, but he's from the IT sector. You would expect that, right?
Yeah, only Charles Mock is IT savvy.
I'm trying to think of who else is really effective. Now I'm somewhat hampered in my evaluation of this because, of course, I'm looking mostly at the English language stuff, which is not really a priority. The Civic Party does a good job, and strangely enough, People's Power actually does a good job in English. Some of their materials
that's true.
Are really good.
I think except the People's Power.
Yeah, People's Power. But I mean, in the Chinese media, I'm not really in a position to evaluate how well they do at social media.
I would say for the Chinese language, they should be actually using more Facebook and social network for branding and all that. But they're not.
Yeah, not so much. Huh?
Not so much.
Yeah, I think I know Raymond Ho with Momentum 107, district councillor up in Saigon.
Yeah, but not the legislative council. Actually, the district councillors are more IT savvy. Yeah, because they have to groom the voters base and all that.
Yeah, that's a big part of it. I think it's a much more direct democracy for a lot of those guys. I think the other reason they're effective is because people get up to a certain level in government and politics and they become much more cautious. And in social media, you really are frequently taking a risk because it demands that you do things real time. You can't have a committee or 12 people sign off on it.
I know, but having said that, they should still learn how to use social media.
Within their
although they have to be cautious. I mean, I know every politician has to be cautious. Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
But there's a Chinese saying, you cannot cut your toe to avoid the bug to bite you.
Ah, okay, yeah.
So you cannot not use the Facebook in order to avoid
getting a couple of crappy comments.
Right?
Yeah. Because you see in North America, right? I'm just shocked at politicians on Twitter. And I mean,
crazy.
Yes, I mean, senior politicians are
crazy,
just shooting stuff out with no committee, no press officer.
That's what I'm saying. I think the Democrats, the pro-establishment, both sides are not using IT correctly.
Yeah.
Or not utilizing it.
I mean, these guys in North America, you get a cabinet minister who's minister of really the most boring thing in the world, and he'll have 100,000 followers.
Yeah.
And I mean, who are get off every kind of thing that he talks about, and it's but here it's everybody's kind of Hong Kong's a funny place, We don't use Weibo, we don't use Twitter, It's there's a bit of WeChat, a bit of
WhatsApp world,
WhatsApp a little bit, and of course Facebook is big here.
Yeah, well, even my producer in commercial radio, he refused to use a smartphone.
Really?
Yeah, I don't understand.
Oh, man,
I mean, he has to use another phone from his colleagues to do WhatsApp with me.
Wow.
Yes, I just cannot.
Well, we had that story with this guy, Tim Mack. I've talked about this guy, Tim Mack. He came over and visited Hong Kong, and he was shocked at how slow media was here and was not using social media properly.
Okay, let's have a quick word on the second issue as well. I think it's also important for today.
Yes, competition tribunal. I frankly, this used to be my portfolio when I was running the Lion Rock Institute, and I used to hammer away at this all the time. And sure enough, we got a competition commission, and it seems to have been designed with the worst of all possible worlds in mind. I mean, it's got the American ambiguity, where it's very politically driven, right? Because competition is by its nature very fuzzy, right? Unless you have a smoking gun, bunch of guys sitting in a room planning a cartel, which almost never happens. It's really hard to define. Then it's got European-style fines, right? So you've got political ambiguity, you've got European-style fines. I mean, it is just really the worst of all worlds. And we're going to have to wait and see what happens. Anna Wu's
I think the ambiguity will be interesting to see after the first case.
Yeah, to see who's the first one they go
once after. They have the first case, then we'll actually know what is this competition law will be serving as a whole. And how long will the first case close is also very important too. Because by the time the first case closes, the economic environment will be changing and all that will be changed. Yes. It will be completely a different world by then. Especially if we are in the trough of an economic downturn, then they may prolong and they may not press that hard as well. So we'll see.
It's given the nature of it, it really depends on who's running it, because it is so ambiguous. They can be as aggressive or not as they want. Like a normal crime, somebody robs a store, they robbed a store, right? But this whole thing, well, maybe you've got too much of the market. Did you get it this way? Did you get it that way? Are you just good at what you're doing, or is it like something nefarious? It's very fuzzy. So Anna Wu,
first case will be important.
First case will be important
to clear the ambiguity.
But I know when Anna Wu was at the Equal Opportunities Commission, she was rabid. I mean, she was just and people in business just in that. And then I think the government eventually got the message, and so they pulled her out of there and they put in somebody who was a little bit more to business's mind reasonable. So
usually you need a bulldozer. Usually you need a bulldozer for the first case. So we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
I will guarantee you this. I know who is going to do well off of this, and it's the lawyers. Competition cases are expensive. They're the best paid in almost every jurisdiction they're in, and the cases drag on forever, which is money in the bank for these guys.
Well. We'll see.
Oh, yeah.
Ambiguity.
Yeah.
Keyword for today.
Keyword for today, ambiguity. Good.